there, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Play Ace Attorney, or Let's Stream Ace Attorney, I guess. Join me, as always, is the immortal Mollie Master, and of course, special guest, particularly for this stream type for Ace Attorney, is FatmanFalling.
Yeah. The very mortal.
the very mortal FatmanFalling. That is why he is falling. It's very dangerous. It's a tragedy in slow motion.
Yes.
It has all the sounds of that opera singer, the Anyway, yes, we're loading up the Ace Attorney trilogy. It's a little loud on my end. How's it for everyone else?
Today, I only got 5 hours of sleep and then did 4 dog walks. I've walked 8.5 miles today, according to my phone.
Damn.
Oh, 8.5, and it's only like what? It's like
4.
barely afternoon.
It's 4:06. Yeah.
Bug.
I'm just here. You're just here for a tidbit, Floof. You should be here for an eternity. Be immortal. Become immortal. Mollie, teach him how to become immortal.
Yes.
Hold on.
It shouldn't be this hard. It's you just have a girlfriend with frogs. That's all you need. Immortality.
That's what. Yeah. That's how it works.
Okay. February 24th, 3:12 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. It's you.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said.
It's a good thing we have a memory on this.
Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved.
I didn't know. I never knew what the SL9 incident was another name for. Joe Dark killings.
The Joe Mama killings. Every time I see the name Joe, I just think Joe Mama. I can't. I feel bad for anyone named Joseph now.
Who's Joe?
You hear that, Biden? Joe Mama.
Joe Mama. Yeah. It's that like JoJo 2 meme where he's like, I know exactly what you're gonna say. Joe Mama.
Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me.
Anna wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me.
What do you mean, what happened to you?
It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Phantom of the Night, this is the first game in the franchise, though it's the DLC that came with the DS version. It's the 5th case in the franchise, in the first game.
He murdered Officer Marshall's brother. He left behind an incriminating piece of evidence.
But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma? The long one? Josh, there's a lot of long ones.
The last case of Ace Attorney 6 is like 12 hours. It makes this case seem like a joke.
On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me.
What? He tried to kill you?
Oh shit. With that same clock.
Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me.
So that means you...
Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial.
I didn't see that one coming.
Oh shit.
Yay, let's talk to Emma.
Also, can you please not stream this case to me in 60 FPS, because I can't, like, it's very choppy for me.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was doing that. Let me modify that. Stream quality, 30 FPS.
I don't even think the game runs in 60 frames per second.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if a DS game ran like that.
Well, this isn't. It's been, this is the HD remaster, so.
Yeah, but I guess like the animations and stuff. I don't know. They probably redo all that shit anyway. It's probably the point of the HD remaster.
Okay.
It happened 2 years ago. It was right around this time of year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day. Unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished work. And suddenly, a fine man came bursting into the office.
Well, and white woman.
You cut out a little when you were talking, and it sounded like this fine man burst into my sister's office.
Sorry.
I mean, just look into those deep white eyes.
I said terrifying. It's just, again, it's choppy for me because it's like half of it appears and then the other half appears.
Yeah.
Oh no, I understand.
Joe Dark.
It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up.
Jake Marshall's brother.
Joe Dark tried to take me hostage. But before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then,
What happened?
I'll never forget it.
Fucking bird flew in through the window and pecked him out and pecked him to death.
Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now.
A permanent picture. So, who has the more traumatic backstory? Emma or Edgeworth?
I mean, Edgeworth's traumatic backstory was his own father, right?
Yeah, that's... I mean, I think Edgeworth is worse, because he thought he did it.
Yeah. Like, the Emma traumatic backstory is that she thinks she's responsible because the guy died trying to, save her. But Edgeworth actually thought that he killed his own father. So yeah, Edgeworth wins this one.
Are you excited?
No, Athena wins the tragic backstory competition.
Are you excited for the great Ace Attorney coming to the West? Hell yeah, I am. You bet your sweet patootie we are streaming
Let's
that.
fucking go!
When is it coming to the West?
July, I think?
Okay. So I'll still be home. Okay.
I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall.
So you weren't able to testify about that.
No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime.
Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence? I don't like the way you said
Prosecutor's office
bogus.
wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it.
Edgeworth?
Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it.
One thing I do love about the entire Ace Attorney franchise is you just keep learning that Edgeworth has more and more first cases that come up. Like, progressively as you go along, it's like, oh, it was his first case. Oh, it was his first real case. Oh, it was technically his first case. Like, they just keep finding new ways to, like, clarify that this is, Edgeworth is really young, guys. He's really young here.
Even firster case.
He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about... Oh man, this frame rate. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault.
I think it might just be the streaming quality, which I don't want you to worry too much about that.
Okay.
If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened.
So it's true. Even though he may not have known it, Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence.
When that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold like she is today.
I had to bring her so many blankets. You don't understand. Just so many blankets. July, same day as The World Ends With You sequel. I need to play The World Ends With You.
Wooey!
Twooey.
Twooey.
She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. Permanent picture. What did you see in the instant that crime occurred?
Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife.
Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl.
I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms.
Poor Emma. You've been through so much. I say poor Emma out loud to you.
Wooey, or as I like to call it, Anorexic Nomura Character Designs Tokyo Edition.
Yes.
Yes.
I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instant. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good.
2 years ago. You must have been 14. That's understandable. All artists are shit at 14, don't you know that? I could.
I love that genre of like bad internet artist where their drawing just like plateaus at their skill at age 12.
Yeah.
Like the Chris Chans of the world.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta keep it consistent.
Also, speaking of Nomura, shout out to the end of Kingdom Hearts Cross, where apparently Xehanort's mother gets introduced before Sora's. So, that's apparently. I don't know if that's the truth, but yeah. So, yay! Kingdom Hearts!
Yay! Yay, Kingdom Hearts!
Oh, Kingdom Hearts.
Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I was able to fight crime with my testimonies. Or I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies. And find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any.
I see. I think I'm finally starting
Valiant
to understand
motivation.
Emma tick. And then she'll proceed to be the most ambivalent detective on the scene at any one point. Just being like, yeah, I'm just gonna throw my snack food at you and contaminate the crime scene with it. But there's still something.
Hey Emma, we have to go check out the crime scene. No. Can we do forensic investigation at the crime scene? Well, okay.
There's something that's puzzling me, Emma.
What is it?
You said you were in Lana's office at that time, right?
That's right.
Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor.
Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken into questioning that day.
Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police?
Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office.
Why did he run all the way over to your sister's office?
Because the detective's offices and the questioning room are right across from the elevator.
Across from the elevator. But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she?
No, silly, didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force.
So she gained a law degree in 2 years.
Yes.
Lana is terrifying. That's news to me.
After the Joe Dark case,
Oh,
she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor.
that's not how that works. At least not in our land. Lana used to be a detective? I'd have another talk with her. Anything to examine? Poster, May stick up there and then she left. Okay, so they have an update. Oh, wait.
Oh,
These ones get strange look from the clients, though. Right. So, move. Detention center. 24, detention center, visitors room.
Lana. Mr. Wright, seems I keep causing you trouble.
Falsifying evidence.
Fals-
I didn't think you were the type.
Criminals don't mind playing foul, why should we? But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risks.
Lana, Emma told me about you.
Oh?
She said that you like long walks on the beach and
And pina coladas.
about how you were a detective 2 years ago. And how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office.
That's right.
Can you fill me in on the details, especially about that unusual change of jobs?
I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright.
That man is just dead inside. Look
This
at that.
dude has seen the wackiest people in Los Angeles. I've been watching JCS videos, like the guy that analyzes criminal interrogations, and like, not gonna lie, some of them are like pretty, you know, clear-cut type of personalities, but the ones that are just like genuinely sociopaths, they do just feel like characters, because they're just kind of putting on an act, and they're just like, oh my gosh, he's dead? No way.
What?
The fakest thing ever.
Did you kill this man? What? No!
No.
A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago.
Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall could be.
That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana!
I believed!
I like how this isn't what jades Emma later on.
I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth.
It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul.
For phony evidence.
Well, all drama aside...
I don't have the voice to make that work. It sounds ridiculous when I say it. If I was like 2 octaves deeper, I think I could pull that off. Lana was like the type of person I thought I'd grow up to be. When I was like 11 and I wasn't done growing yet, I thought I was gonna be like, the doctor was like, you're gonna be so tall. I was convinced I was gonna be like 5'8" and like broad-shouldered and like commanding with a deep voice, and none of that happened. I stopped growing when I was 14.
Oh no.
all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15, there was no murder at the police department.
Only it's not true, Lana. What the witness, Miss Starr, said about stabbing Mr. Goodman with the knife.
I mean, you looked sick as shit doing it, but come on.
She's like wearing the lab coat and everything.
Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us?
Ooh, nice voice crack there, Molly.
Interesting character.
This doesn't involve just me.
I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so phased before. I mean, you've known her for like a grand total of like a day and a half, so...
It's true. I was a member of the police.
He was amazing. They still talk about the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together.
Chief Gant?
He was
you
deputy
remember that
chief
guy?
of the police back then.
Oh, no, that's Lana. He was the deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes.
Can you imagine a young Lana sounding like Emma? So young, full of hope.
Oh, Dark,
totally,
you're not getting away with this.
Totally not being extorted into things.
Yeah. Damon Gant. He was everything I aspired to be.
They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed.
Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happens?
I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was...
To gain experience investigating crime scenes. So you could use that experience in court, right?
So I can murder people and get away with it.
Yes. Gant's help in the SL9
Meddling
case was
kids.
crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office.
Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago.
Dark, you think?
2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark.
Second in command? That means the investigation lead was Damon Gant, right?
Yes, Deputy Chief Gaff and I shared the same office and the same investigations.
They even had the same office.
We led a team of the best detectives in the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall, and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence.
You can tell he's a serial killer because he has this awesome, sick promo image. Like we didn't make him pose like
he has
that.
the serial killer aura.
Yeah, literally, he glows with evil. How do you even do that?
That was when his final murder took place.
When he tried to murder Emma.
Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark.
You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me.
Now you tell us.
Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down, then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself.
That's where he found me.
So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana.
It appears so. I was filling some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark.
Blah.
Ah,
When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood.
It looked really gay. Like, wow, how unfortunate for them. That guy was straight as an arrow, but now...
This is how everyone will remember him.
3 bodies? Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out,
And the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious.
what did you do?
To be honest, I panicked.
I'm just thinking Michael Scott from The Office. Oh my god, it's happening! It's happening!
I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her.
Can't blame her, after all, her sister must have gone through.
After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest.
You could say it was lights out for him. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident.
That's right. Quite a coincidence, hmm?
I don't buy it.
what are you saying?
There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance.
But the case was solved 2 years ago.
At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved.
Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely.
I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark.
Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. I wish real serial killers had cool names like that.
I mean, some of them become,
Real-
like, iconic in the end.
Well, yeah, but like we've never like Joe Dark. We've never had a serial killer whose name was like Stephen Killer.
I'm sure if you're born with the name Stephen Killer, you're like, god damn it.
Like, I
definitely can't do that.
I wanted to be like...
I mean, like, there are people, like, the last name Slaughter is pretty common, and so is the last name Savage.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, man, I wanted to be a pediatrician, but, you know, I got this name, I just gotta go killing.
Yeah, I gotta go killing. Oh, here I go killing again.
Bye, Floof.
Bye, Floof.
Later.
Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories.
That case just might not be over yet.
What?
Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right?
Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself. The chief's office.
Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office, the site of the final SL9 murder.
Maybe.
And also rock out to this boppin' beat. I love this song.
It's the Ace Attorney creepypasta where Phoenix defends Jeff the Killer. Your Honor, his eyes were hyper-realistic and bleeding.
I want somebody to defend me like that.
February 24, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere.
Things seem kind of quiet around here.
You're right. The Chief Detective seems the same, though.
Why don't we go look for some other people to talk to?
Right. We can come back here later. I was trying to get guess the police department
It's
entrance?
the police department entrance.
24 police department entrance. Fatman, you get to finally read.
Oh. Howdy, Bambina.
Oh, Mr. Marshall.
I never thought you'd turn out this way when I woke up this morning. I never thought things would turn out this way when I woke up this morning. Okay, Sarah. You know where life will lead you, eh, Bambina? I shouldn't know my luck had run out till old Billy dried up this morning. Old Billy?
Billy?
Must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed?
Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back.
That's why I'm actually getting in my car and driving away. I'll see you losers in Hawaii.
Sorry, but I can't go in the evidence room today, partner. But you can't go in the evidence room today. God, I need to learn how to read.
Mr. Marshall, why did you do it?
Why do prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was this one. There's gold in this our case.
Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened?
Look, I won't be getting a steak lunch today.
You're really having a hard time today.
Yeah. I like I said, I forgot how to read. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so.
What do you mean, fishy?
Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon.
Murder? A murder weapon? You mean a switchblade blade knife with a broken tip?
That was Joe Dark's, all right. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised.
Question?
The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained.
What does that mean?
It means there's a good chance the knife was not the murder weapon.
He only tried to stab some people.
However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased.
The facts have been concealed with forged evidence?
You think? That case left behind scars on all of us.
Scars that the SL9 incident left behind.
What do you think SL9 stands for? Scars left behind. 9.
It's the sequel to Scars Left Behind 8, The Revenging, and I can tell you, that one wasn't as strong, but 9 really brought it back.
I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was the one of the best prosecutors around. I had just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together.
How old was he? Your brother?
He was 27 at the time.
He's younger than me.
He was awarded the highest honor that very day.
The highest honor? You mean
The 420 award for King Prosecutors.
I knew it.
What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor.
Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother.
You think?
Day the SL9 incident took place. That wasn't the same day as...
That's right. It was the day of the evidence transferal.
Interesting.
It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so that case wouldn't die.
Apparently someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered. The evidence locker was empty.
There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that. We all knew that later? We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. Miss Starr was fired, and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room.
What about Detective Goodman?
If they did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough to not be too obvious.
They?
What are you talking about?
Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean, Damon Gant and Lana Skye. The investigation led Damon Gant and his second-in-command, Lana Skye. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers. After that case
ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right?
Yeah, Damon Gant knew the chief of police arranged for that to happen. Or Damon Gant, the new chief of police. Sorry. He'd never been the same since she left. Everyone knew her. Everyone who knew her said so.
Reading is the gift of knowledge.
yes, it is. Chief Prosecutor Skye was totally different when she was a detective.
Now you mention it, Emma said something like that too.
Tell me, what happened to my sister?
Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out.
This man's gonna get arrested, and they're gonna let him keep his knife.
Totally. He's got to shave dramatically in the idle animation.
Lana's secret. It all started 2 years ago.
Look, when someone is committed to the aesthetic, they're committed to the aesthetic. You have to respect that.
Yes, exactly. So, there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? Including all of the speaking typos and my inability to read?
It was certainly enlightening. It was a good education in grammar.
I doubt that, but thank you. There was one thing for sure I'd found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy.
The system.
He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything.
Almost like a certain someone later down the line.
That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. Glug, glug, glug. Glug, glug.
Was he not, like, actually drinking that up until this point?
Oh, he just bit off the calf.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, he wasn't. Too bad I won't be around to work with you. When you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambino. Bambina.
Oh, he's dead now.
Poor guy.
Where to go, where to go? I guess underground parking lot? Let's go around. No one's here today, not even Miss Starr.
Everyone's probably busy looking into exactly what went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are.
But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15.
Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case.
Oh, thank you, Minnie Ginny, for the subscription. But instead, it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty. Or they could be investigating that murder that happened at 6:15 in there, which is completely unrelated to this case.
Hang in there, Lana.
I've got to find all the answers by tomorrow. Hi, prosecutor's office? Mr. It's you. I mean, I feel like we don't really need these lines. We're just gonna, let's just, well...
Yeah, we're just like looking for where to go.
Yeah. Maybe he's being questioned.
Find
Tell
the
us where to
next
go,
city.
please.
Took a real beating in court today. Yeah, we get it. Come back later. Underground parking lot. Okay, so we're not here. Police department entrance. Criminal affairs. Oh, now we go to criminal affairs. Okay. This place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted.
That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes.
Oh, if you're looking... Oh, you can be Fatman. This is the chief guy.
Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room.
Thanks. Wow, he actually talked to us.
With the chief prosecutor saying she didn't want the decision about what to do, she did what?
Saying what she did.
With the chief prosecutor
Read.
saying what she did, and the decision about what to do. About Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention the statement to the media and tomorrow's trial. There's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together.
I think festive is the words used for those. I don't know.
Sir,
That's
we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office.
Just use that connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor.
Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything.
Emma. Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits.
Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm. Yeah, all the police are stupid.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office.
Oh yeah, that's right. He has a fuck-off pipe organ in the middle of his room. Forgot about that.
As one does. As one does.
February 24, Police Department, Chief's Office. Oh, this room. Fucking gigantic, I forgot. Oh, where am I?
In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what it said on the door.
Check out that pipe organ. That's real, isn't it?
Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Bach.
I thought I was a
I
genius.
thought I was a genius until they tried teaching me notes.
Hey, never give up.
I can never remember where C was.
Oh, it's you two. Chief Gant. Put the paper he was reading on his desk. So, Righto, have you been swimming lately? No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too with Mr. Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence? Years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies.
I love how Ace Attorney reminds people about the passage of time, because characters will just be like, oh yeah, 7 years ago. I remember that day 7 years ago. And then the next character is like, 7 years ago. Yeah.
You see that big picture on the wall over there? That's a picture of, that's a Lana, Neil, and me. This is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. It's not right with the picture. I can't quite see put my finger on it, though. Gant team picture added to court record. Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together.
Oh. But this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it?
That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we'd like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore.
Oh shit.
Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. I love
You
voicing
should have told us
Gant.
that. I'm just gonna break right in after
Like
you go
we
to
aren't
eat.
welcome.
It seems that case isn't over yet after all.
What do you mean?
Chief Gant denied our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there.
You mean like a clue?
No, probably sensitive police documents. Yes, a clue. There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office.
Just select it from the menu.
Maybe Edgeworth.
Yeah, I pulled up the guy. Give me a second here.
Police department's entrance.
Criminal affairs.
What?
Go to criminal affairs.
Ah. Gumshoe? There we go.
Hey, pal.
Detective Gumshoe, aren't you supposed to be in a meeting?
I'm just taking a breather. My feet hurt, so I'm standing in front of you, talking.
I'm sitting so long?
Actually, from serving everyone coffee.
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop.
Sorry, have either you seen Mr. Edgeworth?
Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask?
He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. Almost like almost like the battles between you two in court.
That sounds serious.
And erotic.
Because of what my sister said?
That's basically what it all boils down to. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood.
Yikes.
But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew evidence was forged. The last guy is the guilty party here, isn't she?
Regardless, the prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court, pal. Not only that, but as you know, there have been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talents as a prosecutor kept him safe from those who don't like him. But now, with this,
There are really so many people who hate him?
in our world, there are only those with talents to rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young, and there's no better recipe I know for making enemies.
Hey, Dick! Keep up the good work!
Yes, sir.
Let's go for lunch again sometime, my treat.
Yes, sir.
You gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick?
Hey, don't talk about that joint. I stole that from the evidence locker.
It seems you don't have any problems with enemies.
Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about it. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. Hey, don't talk about that crack. I stole that from the evidence locker, too.
I hid it in my sex gun.
Actually, I took a look at the files earlier while the coffee was brewing.
Seems genuinely concerned from Edgeworth. Well, did you find out anything?
Only the evidence Dark left behind was during his final attack.
His final attack, you mean?
When he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl. And he, like, side-eyes Emma.
Me.
Seems like her gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl.
That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all.
Oh, what was it?
Oh, let's see. I think that it had something to do with the murder weapon. Oh, I forget. It's all written in here somewhere. In here, okay?
His powers of recollection never failed to impress.
Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory.
Or we could ask him.
Yeah, just whip out a bloody knife in the middle of a police station. That'll be fine. Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman.
Businessman? What made him take the serial killing?
One day, on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. Oh, shit.
With his car? So it was an accident?
An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal. Like Animorphs. Love those books.
An animal. Sounds like LA to me.
He killed the man that witnessed the accident. A kid walked by just so he, just then, so he killed him too.
See, he killed him. Right, he just like finally turned himself in. That was a lot, and I did not have control over that.
Oh, it just auto scrolled.
Yeah. I think it was pretty.
I only got through like half of those sentences. Oh, of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence.
So he turned himself in.
Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim. Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily, Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed. He side-eyes Emma again.
And last witness, aka Emma. Presents. Nope. Yes.
Hey, do you want to see this knife?
I'm about this.
Hey, is that?
It has a tag attached to it with the label SL9 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of.
What are you doing with that?
Don't come near me!
Ever
Stop!
since-
Ah!
Ever since that case was closed, that knife has been locked away in a locker.
On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker. And was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler.
That's it. Now I remember what the incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me.
Well, what is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again.
It's gone. Too late.
Already forgot.
This knife, it was Joe Dark's, wasn't it?
That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it from, and plus it had his fingerprints on it too.
No one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right?
That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken.
You don't have to take a good look to notice that.
But yeah, well, anyway, take a guess where the broken tip of the knife was found. Doesn't this also not prove anything? Like, somebody else could have broken the knife off in... That's what did him in.
Where was it?
The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body. It was found deep inside his stab wound. I wouldn't say.
Did it match Dark's knife?
You bet. Down to the last fiber.
That's not how knives work, but okay.
The ballistics on the knife were perfect.
Pretty conclusive.
Oh, were there? What are they called? Damn it! They always like joke about the fingerprints of the bullet.
The finger, yeah.
I've watched enough forensic file episodes to know what's up.
Well, there you have it, in a nutshell. That's all I know.
Can I ask you one more thing?
What is? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gant.
It's not money, but it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where prosecutor Near Marshall was murdered.
The chief's out now, and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around if that's okay.
Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door.
What? Really?
But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust. Is that a real thing you can be charged with?
Breach of trust.
Probably.
Something similar.
Simply
Like an
put,
NDA.
I'd be canned.
Oh.
Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you.
How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's.
That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died.
Ah.
So in other words, Gumshoe's only chance of getting out of here, getting into that office.
Pickpocket any of the detectives in this room. Look at that guy. He's 2D.
I wonder if there's something that we could show him that would make him change his mind.
Wait, doesn't Marshall still have his active? Like, he's already going to prison.
Yeah. Let's get a steak dinner. Trade it to Marshall.
What do we have to present to him?
Move to the underground parking lot, it says.
Badge.
Don't present it, move, yeah.
See,
Oh, is this still the case where you have to like
And then-
scroll through all the options and you can't just like jump to the location you want first try?
yeah, although I like, yeah,
You have to go up to the High Prosecutor's office.
Oh, the first 3 games are like that, but the reason why I both like and hate it because it is very unconventional. It's not unconventional. It's very what's the word? Inopportune. It's inconvenient. That's it. That's the word I'm looking for. Very inconvenient, but at the same time, it gives you a real sense of how these places are connected.
Sure, yeah.
Prosecutor's office. I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet.
There he is. It looks like he's writing something.
What are you doing? You're always quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh? I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me?
Has Edgeworth been Me Too'd?
Not yet.
Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you.
That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings.
They try to Me Too Edgeworth, and then they're just like, Emma gets up in court, like adult, this is like adult Emma, gets up in court, and it's just like, oh, Mr. Edgeworth has a steel samurai figure on his desk, and then the judge is like, this man is clearly a virgin. He's not guilty.
So what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I do can erase that fact. You didn't know, did you? I mean, that evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, my responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same, no matter what excuses I might have.
Justice system is unforgiving as fuck.
Mr. Edgeworth.
I take pride in my work, so tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Why has it all come to this? Even Edward can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? First, last year's trial, and now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. Being honest, you're getting on my nerves.
Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial.
Tomorrow's the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? The list of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists? That's odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time.
Hey, we just are taken around that time.
That picture. Something seems strange about it. Presented to it. Can you tell us again what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered. You were participating in a ceremony over at the station, right? I never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one.
Because you were awarded this?
Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on a ceremony. Just tell it to the Oscars. I finished up all the offices at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office?
Someone in chat says that your audio's a bit quiet, Raymond.
Oh, sorry, I'm leaning back, that's why. Yes, just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back.
Take something back?
This.
Imagine how much shorter Ace Attorney games would be if they cut out all the repeating questions back to people.
Yeah.
That's like the Metal Gear scripts if they cut out all the times the Snake said the last two words back with a question mark.
Metal Gear.
Nanomachines?
Oh yeah, Chief Gant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he?
Yes, there was a piece of evidence in that case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it to the prosecutor's office. That's a story we heard yesterday. So you came back here on the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to. That's right. Present time. Present. You know, it wouldn't hurt if you put this up somewhere, like on a shelf. Oh, I presented the wrong thing. I wanted to present the pictures. That has no meaning for me anymore. What do you mean anymore? That's who I was last year. What good is it to dwell on the past? He's asking me.
Why can't he just accept it graciously? Actually, something's been troubling me about this shield. Look. Do you notice anything different?
Different?
Yeah, don't you remember the other shield in the court record?
Guess I better present this other Yeah, game. I see what you're putting down. This picture was hanging on the wall in the Chief Gant's office. The Chief Gant. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy.
Speaking of, there's something that bothers me.
Yes?
The trophy Mr. Marshall is holding. It's a little different than yours.
Yes, you're right. Ah, I remember now. Remember what? That was the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design.
Story?
See what I mean? It's just like constantly just repeating back.
Would you mind telling it to us? It's simple. Contradiction.
I'm sure it's some like writing trick. A lot of things in the series were very intentional. Because that's just the type of writer Shitakami was.
Well,
It's probably like I might be giving him too much credit here, but that might be to help the viewer not miss things.
Yeah, no, I guarantee you that's it. It's like it's a point of emphasis for the reader.
Because if you're mashing A, you might miss something, but if a character says it back, you're less likely.
Well, that and, like, this is made for a portable, so, like, when you come back to it, the idea of characters re-emphasizing things over and over again is intentional so that, like, when things happen, it naturally, like, clicks for you. That's what the award is based on. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd and the second means shield. Have you ever heard of this story? Me? Oh, sure, everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though, for Emma's sake? Very well. Long ago in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield, or armor. Thank you, the Anime Sensei, for the subscription. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Objection. Those claims contradict each other. Very perceptive, but then again, you've heard this story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very description of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless, and thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born.
Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and the broken knife symbolize...
Precisely so, they symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words, but it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this.
Wow, thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today.
What does the giant K stand for? It stands for keep out of my fucking business. That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given the shield? You'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of this award abolished. Chief Gant. Trophy added.
Probably because he used it to stab someone.
Thank you, Miles Saxton, for the subscription. Yeah! I'm liking all these subscriptions coming in. Getting me that much closer to 10k.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Yeah.
where are we going? Excuse me? Oh, is sir.
Oh boy, here we go. Would either of you care for a quarter pounder of roast beef?
Holy shit. Miss Star! Yeah, she's out of lunches.
You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who said... This is one of my favorite out-of-context Ace Attorney lines. It's right up there with, okay, Apollo, tie me up into a new pose. Wait, you aren't into this kind of thing, are you?
Okay, I need to defend the first guy who sucked on a cow nipple. He probably saw a baby cow doing it and thought, like, he didn't just suck on it for no reason.
Yeah, he probably put two and two together, yeah. I suck on... when I was a kid, I sucked on mom's nipple. I got milk.
The baby cow was
Cows
sucking
suck on
cow
nipple. Cow gets
I wonder
milk.
what... Yeah. Like, it's not that weird of a thing to do.
If he sucked
It's
on
like-
it, he could have had a bucket.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's not, like, completely normal.
Or maybe like some people were playing in a field one day and like one of them just teasingly just yanked it and you know how it squirts out? You just use it as a squirt gun on someone. The guy was like
It's horrible.
It's horrible, but
This is
it's
a horrible discussion.
Look, it's very important we get to the heart of this matter.
Yes.
By the way, my other favorite out of context Ace Attorney line is well, we know whose milkshakes bring all the boys to the yard. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago.
Everyone in this trial was
Everyone in this
somehow.
trial. Oh, okay.
Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from the case was due for transferal. This can't be all attributed to mere coincidence.
Aren't you forgetting something? You know, that little scene I happened to witness?
The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife.
No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten.
Miss Star's hatred towards Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. Oh, my shipper mind is like, man, that was a bad breakup.
Oh, you and your shipper mind.
Your shipper mind was getting in the way of Farewell My Turnabout, and I still won't forgive you for that. A good case. Joe Dark, that's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though. He must have been going through hell.
Maybe because of his brother's death.
They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. He became a cowboy. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate.
Her?
Her? Lana Skye.
My sister?
The best of the best were put on that SL. Yeah, the best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course, they were led by that legendary duo.
Lana and Chief Gant.
This is like the 4th time we've reiterated that.
Yeah. Again, the series likes to remind you of things.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a detective game, and it's not only meant to be played by people who actually have detective mindset, so they kind of gotta, like, hit you over the head with it just a little.
Yeah.
Just a little.
That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out.
You mean with the forging of the evidence?
Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret.
Well, you don't have if you don't have proof anything illegal was done.
I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties. Most without even so much of an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor.
Sounds like a wrongful termination case. Just saying. Just saying.
Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor.
Nothing's quite as simple as it appears.
Huh?
Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my own take on the matter.
She was being used?
Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Gant led the investigation with Lana second in command. They were the best.
They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they?
Damon Gant's magnetism, in particular, was almost unreal.
His magnetism?
By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he ended.
Incredible evidence, you mean?
Oh yes. There were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him, though.
I take it she's talking about forged evidence.
Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her.
Really?
Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked, and always watched out for other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake.
Mr. Marshall.
When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she'd lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would have ever recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating.
Miss Stark.
That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that?
Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she?
Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence.
Chief.
That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control. And then no one else can stand in his way. The prosecutor's office.
What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred?
If you could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along.
But how could he control Lana?
I don't know, but there's one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude. There must have been a reason for her change.
At last. I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Starr.
You listen to me, Rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be better chef than I've been.
Oh, thanks for the support, Miss Starr. Okay, where are we dropping?
Alright, thankfully I don't think I have to voice her for a while. I don't think she appears again, actually.
Wait, I just realized, High Prosecutor, there's something we need to do. Examine. I know he was writing before.
Come on, Mr. Wright, let's take a look.
Are you crazy? Edward is sitting right there.
Just distract him, I'll check it out.
It's just a love letter.
Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground! Hold on, first let me see what this girl is doing, crawling around my feet! He didn't even look!
What? Letter of...
If you're having trouble reading it, I'll read it for you. It says Letter of Resignation. Resignation? Edward, you don't mean... I'm tired, right? I feel as if something inside me has died. Like a small animal. Rotting. Ugly.
Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault.
I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either. Oh, I think he's serious.
Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. He's talking like Redditors, pretending to have a mental breakdown.
This letter of resignation. I wonder if I can use it.
One of my hobbies is going to like really serious subreddits where people post about like how terrible their lives are, and they have this like big breakdown message, like with dramatic edgy poetry, and then I'll just look at their post history and it's like I'm done. I belong no more in this world, and then the next post is just like giant asses, NSFW.
I mean, how else would you cheer up if you thought you were done with the world?
It's I love it when it's like the post right before that, like they were going to post their like despair onto Reddit, but first.
Yeah, it's like they like put the image in like the other window, and they have two Reddit windows open, obviously. And then they type in their comment about how depressed they are, and then they hit send on both. Oh, you're back. What's wrong with your back? Turn around for a second.
We have to kiss Edgeworth back to his senses. Come on, Phoenix.
I was gonna say, hey, my buddy is trying to resign. He's going through a depressive thing. Let me use his letter of resignation as blackmail for his friend to get him into the place I need to go.
And definitely don't tell him that he didn't even turn around when he thought you were falling to your death.
Yeah.
Don't mention that.
You're still here?
I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files, turn it into a regular DJ.
Or a DJ as well?
If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey.
Not a disc jockey?
That
Oh.
DJ.
I love her little writing. I love all of her sprites, but the little writing animation's so cute.
It is so the little smile she has on her face when she does it is so
Yeah,
good.
she's like,
Gotta admire your persistency, but my answer is still no. Without letting you into the chief's office, period. It'd be my neck on the line.
That office is the last crime scene in the SL Minus. I'd take a look in there.
it's got to be something we can do to make the detective.
What the fuck?
Whoa.
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 Sudden lag.
Mind.
Ugh.
Gems.
Damn, look how fast his like giggle animation is. Has it always been that fast?
That's
Yeah.
not what I wanted to do. Back. Send.
This crumpled piece of paper. You want me to make copies of it too? Or you want me to turn it into coffee? No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious.
Is he ever not serious?
I can't believe they push him this far.
Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible.
But maybe if you let us in, just like he transparently
Maybe
manipulates.
just let us in.
When I first met him, I thought he was cold as ice too. Ice 2, the sequel. But I know the difference now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. Hasn't he, like, actually forged evidence, like, himself? It wasn't that, like, a whole thing about the first trial?
No. He's done some scummy things, but it was mostly like the evidence was.
The updated autopsy report.
Yeah, I don't think that was
Yeah.
fake. I don't know how that worked though.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Roses are red. I like my cheese grated. Phoenix, that autopsy report is outdated.
But we betrayed him.
Detective.
That's it. I've made up my mind.
But
Here, take my ID card.
You can't do that if
You
someone
can-
found out.
they wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report.
Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr.
Fatman, your audio cut out.
Hey, hi, I'm back. Depending on how this case turns out, it may already be good as terminated.
What?
I'm glad that came after a line that I completely fumbled. At least let me do this for Mr. Edgeworth's sake.
All right, detective. Thank you.
Oh no, now Gumshoe is on his way to kiss Edgeworth.
Everybody kiss Edgeworth.
Here goes, Mr. Wright.
Beep. Oh Lord, time to investigate.
We're in.
Love has no limits. Love wins.
If anyone finds us now,
Detective
Detective
Gumshoe.
Gumshoe's a goner.
Oh, hey, Gumshoe is here. Okay, if that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out.
I love that. It's like, no, it's like, yeah, I'm banking on you guys getting this right.
Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
I didn't even know you could slap a ghost.
Detective Gumshoe! What are you doing sneaking up on us like that?
I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too.
If you're here, then what's the point of using your ID card?
Plausible deniability, pal.
Gumshoe's ID crushed and rendered unusable in possible.
Hey, don't do that to my card. What?
Why did you crush your... What the hell?
You just crushed his fucking ID card. Like his dreams. I hardly ever get a chance to come in here. Figured I could have a look around myself. Maybe play that pipe organ a little. And besides, we're all in this together now.
You really do want to get fired, don't you?
Not if we're lucky. Now, come on, let's see what we can find out.
I got a bad feeling about this. Examine time. So first things first. Oh, can't examine. This is the real deal, isn't it? This armor and this weapon.
Where the picture was taken, like standing in front of that statue.
Yeah.
That suit of armor. There's a pot on the table that's like not there. It's a different. I don't know if that matters, but it's a different vase in the picture than in the background.
It's the vase that we reconstructed.
Ah.
In the evidence room is the one that was in the picture.
Oh, okay.
Good eye.
Yeah. Sure is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitations. First the pipe organ,
now this armor. Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room?
What, you mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my tax.
Emma
do you even pay taxes?
Hold on. Oh, I was gonna get a screenshot.
Oh, damn it. Oh, fuck, I can't go back.
Go back to the stream. Go to the stream. Like, it's on a delay.
It's on a delay.
You don't have any taxes to pay.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, how old is Emma? Does she even pay taxes?
Hey, it's never too early to get red pilled.
Based and tax evader pilled. Should be careful of what you say. The IRS has ears everywhere.
They do. Terrifying.
Who knows? The chief may be hiding in his armor as we speak. That's awesome.
I don't think he'd fit in there.
Even if he did, he'd never be able to.
Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out.
And now you guys don't know how scary that guy can be. He might be hiding in the pipe organ.
Oh god, this was a nightmare on the PC. On the DS, just because like you didn't have the indicator of what you already checked before.
Oh.
You can see pretty far from 15 stories up. Who would have dropped that suit of armor from here?
At first the chief wanted to use stained glass for this window.
Really? Why didn't he?
They say he changed his mind because he wouldn't be able to see the view.
Oh.
Stained glass or not, it's a huge window. This is a safe, isn't it?
Safe? That word is ripe with intrigue.
Okay, if you say so.
Sorry, hold on. Computer is
It looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it.
A 7-digit number. I think I might just.
It's 7. It's like 777. It's just his like ID.
You know what it is?
I have a hunch.
Oh, I know. You want to try my birthday?
I have a better idea. Here goes nothing.
What if it actually is Gumshoe's birthday, though?
How do I get...
7.
I can't get to the court record. Shit. What is it?
7.
Oh, shit.
7.
Oh, 7, 7.
7.
7.
7.
Oh, it's just all 7s.
7. Yes.
Shit, that
It's
was...
Someone
been
changed
5
the
years.
number
I
on my
still
logo.
remember that.
Bingo.
Number did you enter?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, whose birthday was it, pal?
77777777. The final ID number on that record.
What? Oh, that's you.
What?
The number on the mysterious executive officer who entered that room that day.
You mean 777777? That ID number?
No, it was 77777777. I think you're 1 7 shy. Oh, he was actually wrong. Okay. This can only mean one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number.
Say, anyone care to look inside?
No need. We already got our evidence.
Okay.
Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed away? I'm looking for my tax refund.
Look, it's,
A yard of a broken cup?
This somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before?
there's something else in here too.
Looks like a piece of leather cloth.
It's got a hand turkey on it. It's a terrible turkey. It doesn't even have a waddle.
This is a handprint, isn't it?
Hey, I saw one wearing a shirt like that once. You think the chief made up the design?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, it was just a thought. You know.
Is that it? Is all that was in the safe?
Apparently so. It's empty now.
Piece of cloth with a handprint on it. And a broken shard from a cup.
They look like pieces of evidence.
Yeah, but unless you prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here.
Great. Now I have to prove their relevancy to get them. How do these two items relate to the SL9 incident?
The rest of the broken vase?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Come on, there's gotta be something we can show the detective.
Where's the base? How do I do this? Do I just check it, or...
I think you just present it.
Okay. Where is he? He's not in here to present it.
Go back.
To the court record?
Like press back.
Back? Oh!
There he is.
Unstable jar.
Dude, Gumshoe, could you have another look at this jar?
Oh, I remember when the three of us put that back together. Ah, those were the days. Hey, I was actually here when we did that.
It's kind of early to be nostalgic.
That was weeks ago.
Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case?
That's right. One of those shards had SL9 incident sticker on it.
Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found?
mean, this one that was in the safe?
Yes, that one. That was in the safe.
No. Now that you mention it, it is ringing a lot of bells. Just like the bell you should ring on this channel to get notified of uploads.
Assemble the fragments. Let's see here. Let me see that shard. I'll take care of it. Okay.
Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do.
Right, here's some glue.
Putting pieces together again. I'll prove Chief Gant was knowing hiding evidence. Here goes.
You're just gonna put glue on like case evidence.
What? Oh, do I need to? There we go. Oh god, that's a weird fucking piece.
Is it like for setting on like a spit so you can like boil it? You get those little like Y-shaped things, and then you put the thing in there, and it like sits there over the fire. You can swing it like a pendulum or something. I don't know.
There, fits like a charm. That, of course, means Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from SL9 incident.
But
Guys, get a load of this!
What is it?
That piece you just attached. It's different from the others, it is. There's a reddish line.
there's a reddish line on it.
A reddish line. That's blood.
I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in his safe?
Should we examine it, or...? Man, where are we looking
And
at?
I think you need to do something to get the handprint, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to luminol it.
Okay, how do luminol? Presents... Luminol. It's not at, examine, quote record. Spray. How do we do that to the thing?
Oh, you need to present the other evidence you found.
What evidence?
The cloth.
It's not in the record.
Examine the safe again? What?
This is the same, isn't
Oh,
it?
present the fingerprinting set.
Okay, we'll just get to this. I didn't mean to click on... Oh, well, clicked on the desk.
The fingerprinting set is like a part of evidence.
There are fingerprints that we have. You know, when we were here...
Oh, I see.
Oh, it's you two, Chief Gants, paper. Oh. I wonder what he was reading. Let's look at the fact, guys. Are you gonna...
Look, this looks like a list of evidence.
List of evidence?
In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this one, though.
Hey, look at the case name.
Huh? SL9 incident? I wonder what this is doing here.
Hold on, detective. What did you just say?
I said, I wonder what.
No, about the evidence lists. Normally they're twice as long.
Oh, that's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence.
A half-size list of evidence. This evidence seems too short. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we get that. Fine.
Dun, dun, dun.
What would the other half of the list be doing here?
Oh, I'm sorry. Things are loading.
Loading,
What does the line say?
I
I
knew
knew
Chief
it.
must be hiding something about this case.
Ah, I knew it. The chief must be hiding something about this case.
Is it really loading that slowly?
It's because I have another YouTube tab open.
Okay.
Oh.
It would appear so. Anyways, let's add it to the record. Right, so now instead, back, present. No. Marshall's fingerprint? Or just the
No, the fingerprinting set. No, there we go.
Stick of gumshoe. I'd like you to have a look at this.
Yeah, I know what that is. So, you want to take some fingerprints?
It's a great idea, Detective.
All right. Go to town, sheesh.
What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hands like that?
Go ahead. Take my fingerprints. This isn't my kink or anything.
It's not your fingerprints we want to take.
Well,
Come on, this isn't time for
this-
jokes. We're talking about that cloth we found in the safe.
oh, I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? Sheesh. Where's your sense of humor?
Poor gumshoe. Okay, Miss Wright, let's check for prints, please. Sprinkle powder, yeah.
Okay, Mr. Wright,
I'm
let's
just
check
gonna
for
get through this
prints.
because we know this. What are you, my mom? I don't have to be told a million times.
Too much powder. Too much powder!
Give it my best shot.
The result won't be any good for matching prints, will it?
But it doesn't look like we'll get any clearer results from this print. Okay, let's try a different finger then. Gotta make sure you like do an MS Paint with the spray can. Make sure it's pure white. Give him the best shot. Okay, so this is just the same time. Thank you for the subscription, Anonymous. I am being followed by We Are Legion. No, how can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here?
Found a match? Whose fingerprints are they?
Huh? Oh, it seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get it. Why would you say this, Phoenix? You're not trying to protect her. Like, for all you know, it's just a weird coincidence.
Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints.
Hey, you, over here.
We actually moved the camera.
What's going on here? What are the kids' prints doing in the chief's safe?
Thank you, Cross Over Tokyo, for the that's 4 subscriptions in like a single. That's nice. Damn.
Yeah, keep it going. Get the sub train going.
I wish I understood how Twitch worked.
It doesn't.
Don't ask.
No,
me.
it actually works a little well.
I'll just keep this information from Emma for now.
Here, maybe you should hold on to this.
Piece of cloth added to the court record. Okay, now we examine more. Yeah. We already examined this desk. Why are we examining it again? Oh no, balance this aside. Mr. Edgeworth and the other half of this. Okay, why did we examine that a second time? Pipe work again.
The chief's organ sure is a sight to behold. It sure is. It sure is. Let's behold that organ. Occasionally, we hear him playing with it from the criminal affairs department. Just up and down and up and down all day.
Floor, and this is the 15th floor of an entirely different building.
It screws up. The chief's called him to his office and makes them listen to the organ for hours.
What's so bad about that? Music soothes the soul.
He only plays Black MIDI. After that,
He plays Toho music and nothing else.
the detective can't hear anything for days except ringing in their ears.
So it's an instrument of punishment, literally.
But aren't the chief's ears also affected?
The chief hasn't been able to hear in years. He never listens to anyone anyway.
That's besides the point.
I mean, you do play him as constantly yelling, so it's like, it makes sense. Someone with permanent ear damage.
This mark looks like some kind of flower.
Word is, it's designed after the insignia on the prosecutor's badge.
Prosecutor's badge.
Yeah, like the one hanging from your collar.
What? They have badges too?
The design supposedly portrays the severity of the punishment system.
Now you mention it, it does look all pointy and kind of painful.
Mr. Edgeworth never wears a badge.
That's because he's a sharp dresser. A badge like that wouldn't go too well with his outfit.
Those sharp dressers don't need to wear badges?
He's a sharp-dressed man. All the girls are crazy for him. I guess everyone's just kind of lets it slide.
Insane Audible says he plays nothing but Megalovania.
Only the first four notes.
Every time I hear that song, it just sends me into a rage.
Why?
I don't like it.
You don't like it, really?
No.
I love that song. I mean, I admit it's overplayed as fuck, but like I do like the song. This is Lana's desk. It sure is tidy.
Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner.
There's not any dust on it. It looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back here?
No. Chief Gant must still keep it clean in the memory of the partnership. They were, the stuff of legends. They were the stuff legends are made of.
Does he keep it in the memory of her, or keep it in the memory of the crime? Oh, it's the shelves. These shelves are mostly empty. Lana must have cleaned them out when she transferred over to the prosecutor's office. There's a small picture frame on the left side, that is left of the shelf.
Hey. This is when Lana and I went to that theme park.
Aww.
Am I just, isn't she dead?
Lana? No, she's alive.
Who
We're
died?
defending her.
Oh shit. How many fucking sessions did I miss? What's the name of the character who died?
Bruce Goodman.
Bruce Goodman.
No, in the first
Maya.
case.
That's right, not Maya. Mia.
Maya. Oh, okay.
Maya was her sister. Mia, like, this is like the sisters.
Okay. All right. Yes. All right. Okay. I am just dumb. All right.
Death by Glamour needs more love. Down with Megalovania. Maybe one day we'll move on from Undertale music and start listening to literally anything else.
Yes.
Wow, guys, it's a 16-bar loop that has a B part. That's another 16-bar loop.
Megalovania
It's so
music?
different.
Nah. Everhood music? You ever heard of Everhood?
No.
It has sort of like that kind of wacky premise like Undertale, but like it's rhythm.
The indie RPG about depression.
Well, yeah. No, it's actually about just death. It's literally just like everyone dies one day. You can't avoid it.
Yeah, that.
It's actually it's
The problem is we keep trying to remake Earthbound. I think that's a societal problem that we need to address.
It's actually really good. It has some real trippy visuals, like even beyond Undertale with like some of the things it does. It's a really good like rhythm evasion game where you have to like dodge note speed scenting.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'll send you a video of it. It's actually really good. This was taken. This is you.
This is my line.
This was taken on that day 2 years ago.
Today, Joe Dark ran out of the questioning room and tried to kill him. I guess. Thank you, Phoenix.
You're receiving this award trophy. Mr. Marshall took a picture here. Then went along with Chief Gant to question Dark. I bet he never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later. Yeah.
Most people don't. Gee,
Yeah.
You think? This one, I guess.
The sword and shield gym theme. The gym theme is the worst battle theme in that game. I'm gonna be honest.
Really? I love that. I mean, I love it when they hit that chorus. Although then the chorus goes into the na 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 na, and I'm just like, okay, that's not cool. But like the
Okay, it's not the worst battle theme in the game. There's of the battle themes in that game that are actually memorable, besides the DLC ones, which are all garbo. I think the gym leader theme is the weakest.
interesting.
And me, an intellectual who listens to podcasts while he's gaming. So
Yeah,
I've
you
never
shut up,
actually
you-
heard video game music.
Is you though?
Look at that giant window. Makes me want to crash through it and jump outside. Lady Gemma Trisca will save me! I know, I was just saying.
Saying what?
Ever since making Detective, I've always dreamed about doing something like that. Have you ever seen the movie The
Note
Other
yourself.
Guys?
Detective Gumshoe has a lot of dreams.
So long as he doesn't go crashing through that window when he gets fired.
Don't say that.
Jesus Christ, suicide joke.
Oh, Phoenix.
That desk on the other side of the room. Was that your sister? Was that your sister's?
Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lana. On that day 2 years ago.
Is anyone using it now?
No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices strict policy of preserving the crime scene. What?
That's a strange reason to leave it there.
He leaves it there as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. It's like that scene from Invincible, you know, the one. He never told us so himself. What? He never told us so himself.
He did. No, he did.
At our New Year's.
There's no never. I don't know where you're getting
Oh, he told us so himself at our New Year's party. Yeah, it makes way more sense without the word that I literally just made up. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time.
I see.
Well, ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk?
And no one except Chief Gant and the cleaning lady who's in here each morning.
Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. Say, as we have found clues that remain.
Yeah, I know. Can I ask you something?
Sure.
You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes. I mean, the only reason for coming here, isn't it?
Why do you ask?
You don't think? You wouldn't be, trying to ask me out on a date? No, there's no way. Never mind. Unless. Don't worry about it.
Okay, now then let's get like looking at it.
Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy.
Huh? What is it?
When someone tells you don't worry about it, they're supposed to start bothering you, pal. Don't just let it go at that.
Sorry, this guy's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, so what's bothering you?
You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you?
He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him?
So let's see. The Eternatus theme is decent, at least when Zacian and Zamazenta enter the picture. I remember the scene where Piers is on stage with the microphone. There's still no vocals. I don't like the Zacian and Zamazenta theme. I hate the awoos. It's the most like uninspired.
Sound weird to me. Yeah, I agree.
They sound weird, and that song is like really uninspired. It's like the champion theme in that game. It's just like if someone told you write a Pokemon battle theme, you would come up with that.
What do you think of the one made by Toby Fox?
I think it's garbage.
I wasn't super impressed with it either. It sounded.
It's not even an original. Like, it's not even a song he wrote for Pokemon. It's like a song he posted on a forum years ago that he got banned for because it was about like Homestuck characters getting pregnant or something.
What?
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. That
true.
was a weird controversy with that, wasn't there? Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this.
I'm sorry, if you're asked to write a song for the most profitable franchise literally on the face of the earth, and you just reuse an old piece that you made for shits and giggles and you like barely improved on, I lose all my respect for you.
What do I think of it? I mean, to be fair, like that matches the low quality of what they put into Sword and Shield. So
it does. My favorite thing about Pokemon music is how they have, like, their best composer did not do anything for Sun and Moon or Sword and Shield. It's baffling.
Perhaps it's best.
So they are bringing him back for the Diamond and Pearl remakes, which is nice. He will be in charge of that music, so the music will be good because I trust him.
But
He did the black. He was in charge of black and white music too.
How much is going to be new? And that game is still going to look crap.
I mean, he also did. He was in charge of the soundtrack for the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire games, and that soundtrack rocked. So I don't know if he has to make any original songs, he'll do something really good because he's like the only person they have that can do any sort of like emotional theme. And his arrangements in Oras were really nice. So I think he'll do a good job. I really hope he brings out the kind of jazziness of the Sinnoh soundtrack.
There you go.
The only battle sorry, this is like my thing. The only battle theme that composer has to his name is Zinnia's battle theme, and for some reason they never let him compose another one. It's an insane decision. Alright, go on.
There you go. Ignoring me again. Talking about Pokemon battle themes and...
Are you?
Well, was I any help?
Of course. Thanks to your ID card, you're able to get some hard evidence. Now, that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat?
Yeah.
We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then I thought of a certain detective.
That's mean. Do you mean me?
Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave.
Damn, Gant, you watch Zootopia too much.
Sorry.
Oh, you in the coat.
Yeah, me, sir?
Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore.
Oh.
But sir.
Now get out.
Yes, sir.
We'll be on our way too. Wait, you the one without the spiky head. Don't go yet.
Oh shit, she gonna
Me,
get
sir?
murdered.
I'd like a word with you. Am I being detained?
But sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet.
You with the spiky hair, you're free to go.
Mr. Wright!
I'm pretty sure this is not legal. If she doesn't want to go with you, she doesn't have to.
Curse the non-spikiness of my hair! Look, pal, if I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. What do you think the off in office stands for? But no, you just had to go sneaking up there like that, didn't you?
I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired.
Yeah, but if I knew it would be like this, I never would have said it.
I've seen evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office. I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why has she kept eerily silent about it all this time?
Anyway, you listening to me? I'm gonna try to smooth. God, I almost said smooch. I'm gonna try to smooth things over with Chief Gant. Later, pal.
After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day.
Busy being murdered.
So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning.
It's no use to think about it. Tomorrow is the final day in the court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here.
But I've already told you all I can.
What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing.
Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman.
You know, I think I've finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words.
Mia did a good job mentoring you. Rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right.
Edgeworth?
Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe.
There's no chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual.
What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? So you think I'm protecting this person?
Protecting? No, I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence.
For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, whom, may I ask, is this person you're speaking of? The one I'm supposedly so frightened of? What is this person's name?
Well, Miss Sky?
Mr. Wright, addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place.
I take it she's not so worried not to spill the beans.
My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective.
Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes?
His crimes?
Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence.
Of course, these are serious offenses.
Why is it, though, that the Chief Gant's name was never mentioned?
Chief Gant?
Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was...
me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation.
Yes, you, but also one other, Damon Gant.
If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case.
Do I present the base?
The evidence list or the jar?
Ah, damn it. I just found this in the safe in the chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident.
Aye.
The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him?
Oh, snap.
Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmised. I cannot disobey the Chief's orders. Even if it means being found guilty of murder.
Why not?
Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. Days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate.
In the murder of Detective Goodman.
Or perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day.
I need you to dispose
I
of the
need you
body.
to dispose of Bruce Good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Whatever.
Two number 9s. Number 9 large.
You find it inside the trunk of Mile Edgeworth's car. Just as I suspected, despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman.
Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body.
The murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife?
No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it.
The knife from the SL9 incident? The serial killer Joe Dark's knife?
I couldn't just leave that knife in him. So I took it out, and I stabbed him with another knife.
That would be Edgeworth's knife.
That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand.
And that's the reason for the bandage on your right hand.
Which is left-handed. Yes, it seems I got the blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then... she saw me just as I plunged the knife in.
Miss Starr.
Wait, how did she stab, like, she's a right-handed in that shot. How did she cut her right hand?
Maybe when she picked up the knife, she was shaking. So, like, she
Maybe.
like, cut herself then. Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly?
It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible.
So you hid Dark's knife.
The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that.
So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it. In Edgeworth's exhaust pipe.
Right, it's so
Then I-
fucking close. Throw it
Then
down
I
the
called
gutter.
Then I called my sister. To tell her what happened, and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler.
You asked Emma?
I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this.
That would explain why Emma is so confident. About Lana's innocence.
Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day.
bad feeling?
The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall.
To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him? He's crazy. Literally crazy.
The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least, I thought I could trust him at the time. There's the messages. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own.
Oh, you mean...
Not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands.
He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He'd already stolen the ID card. It seems
Yes, he had already stolen the ID card, but it seems he hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room.
As that was Lana.
After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared.
So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room.
I'm afraid that's all I can tell you.
But Lana...
You've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow.
Tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. We've got to get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murderer?
Oh, Detective Bloodshoe.
What went down in the chief's office 2 years ago? Woo!
To be continued.
Yes. Save. Save.
All right.
All right. I am exhausted after that. So I'm going to call it quits. I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. I had a blast. Molly, did you check out what our prompt was?
Yes, the prompt was writing about bullying.
Okay. Yes, so don't forget that. The prompt is bullying for the writing prompts. We'll be doing writing prompts next week, so be sure to get them in. That's all I really have to say, I think. Don't forget that Bad Fanfiction Night, Fridays at 10 p.m. in the Tundra, for $1 more to my Patreon, Fatman's Patreon, Dashy's Patreon. You get access to the Team Frostbite Discord server where that happens. You also get to interact with me, Fatman, Molly, Dashy, whole host of fun people, including the Sketchy Huntsman that have willingly joined. So if you're interested at all in that, please support us, support the channel. Other than that, stream tomorrow. Don't know. Probably one of the other Resident Evil games. But we'll see.
Oh, did you finish 8
I
already?
finished 8, yes.
Nice.
I thought 8 was awesome. I actually really love 8. There are issues I have with it, but I thought it was a great game.
Wait, so are you streaming tomorrow?
Yes. Don't know what I'm streaming, but I will be streaming tomorrow.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll catch you all